1 a.m., and the water is almost indistinguishable from the sand on the beach. When you look, you can see a planet in the night sky. If you trace your eyes correctly, a trail of stars and pale rope of cloud define the curvature of the ominous behemoth in the night sky. The planet is inky black and speckled with bright stars. On the horizon, it hangs low and intimidating, but as your eyes follow it up and you crane your head back, it curves away from Earth, its outline just disappearing into another starry sky. It has wandered through space, like a giant sphere of pitch-black water, to visit for a night. Out across the water, where the planet hangs low, 2 lonely cell towers, memorials of civilization, blink 5 red lights, 2 on the shorter one and 3 on the taller. It seems as though if you traveled there and climbed that tower past the 3 blinking lights, you could reach up and plunge a hand through the cold surface of the planet in the sky. But if you did, you would climb to the top and see, with a better perspective, that the planet was really 8 feet above that last blinking light, just out of reach.
Hello? Wait, hold on.
Oh, if you're busy, don't worry about it. I can call back.
Oh. Hey, Val. What's going on, stranger?
Stranger, please. You make a year sound like a millennium.
Well, we both have a flair for the dramatique. Anyway, how's it going?
Okay. Where are you going?
Home. Well, from the retirement center.
I would have guessed a construction site.
That too. One of the residents, Meryl, fell out of her chair and put a hole in the wall. Meryl's fine. The wall's not. So I figured I'd put some of these carpentry skills to use.
Oh, so you did end up going. Nice. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to study at Wesleyan. It'll either be math or French.
You know French?
No. That's why I'd make it my major.
How is school going?
Great. I really think I found my people. They're really cool people. You'd like my people.
Maybe meet them someday?
If you stop flaking and finally come to visit, yeah. We're all on opposite sides of the country right now, though, so.
But the hustle never stops, Val.
It's the first lie they tell you.
How else do we achieve the American dream, TM?
Oh, I don't want it.
More for me. Nom nom.
God. I miss you, man. That nostalgia bug's real bastard bit me.
Why bastard?
I don't know. I kind of just said it without thinking. You know how sometimes you just say stuff without thinking, because you think no one's gonna ask you to explain what you just said. So it doesn't matter what you said anyway.
No, explain that too, Val.
Hold your horses, one at a time. Okay, so nostalgia is a bastard because you spend all of your present longing for the past and trying to recreate the past. And that's not really living at all, is it? The perpetual time loop.
My friend Meryl, all she does is talk about the past. It's remarkable, really, because she often forgets what she's doing in the present. She'll remember what she's doing, what a day at an amusement park with her grandkids, in such vivid detail. She doesn't get too many visitors. Her partner passed a few years ago. Sometimes I feel like nostalgia is the only thing that keeps her in the present. What do you think about that?
I try not to think about mortality that much, so I don't know. I don't really think I want to know until I get there.
Asshole.
Okay. I don't mean to be cold. I just don't know what to say, and when I don't know what to say,
you furrow your eyebrows and squint your eyes and have a little grin on your face that, hey, kind of looks like that.
Shut up.
See, some things about the past do stick. Some things about the past are important.
Yeah, of course, but that doesn't mean people should stagnate, right? We should always assume that someone's grown. I don't know if your friend Meryl has stopped growing since she stays in the past so much. I'm about to contradict myself here, so bear with me a sec.
Pairing presently.
Maybe there is some growing in her remembering. Maybe she's using nostalgia to grow. And maybe she's only able to do that because she has an anchor in the present. Someone to listen to and interpret the stories she tells. Someone to breathe new life into them. I mean, she has you. And that's extremely valuable in not being lonely. Is somebody to literally play bridge with you. Do you still play bridge with them?
Of course I do.
It's beautiful.
Really? Because every single time I've tried to teach you.
Shut up. I meant growing through reflection is beautiful.
So you've reflected, and you've decided if you want to play bridge with me.
I need more time.
We have all the time in the world. How about right now?
How right now?
Look outside your window.
Charles!
Ow. Oh.
Charles!
Hey. Your mask.
Oh, shoot, right.
I am everywhere, in every mirror, every surface of water, every shiny thing. Is there nothing to be said for the other side of a reflection, who can only watch horrified? In a reflection, there is only you and me and nowhere for either of us to hide.
If I told you a secret, would you listen? I know you drive past the speed limit. I know how late you get home on Tuesday nights. I know you do everything quietly in your bedroom. Laugh, cry, sing. I know you're terrible at swimming. And I know you resent your father for making you join the team. I know from the other end of a spoon at the back of your throat is very red. And I know it is more red from all the times I'm back there. I know about the night you didn't brush your teeth, and I know about the night you tore yourself apart with cough syrup. I know every secret there is to know, except what goes on in the pond. The water is too gray anymore to see you, and the birds and your girlfriend.
They come home today with a new prescription bottle clutched in their left hand. In a mug under their chin, I watch them sit for 10 minutes before they open the cap and put a pill in their right hand. Another 10 minutes, then they drink until I cannot see them anymore. Sometimes my job is good.
skies clear. How could we be just fine? And somehow it was never quite right. In my mind, in my mind.
I knew a man who wore a scarf every day. Once I saw red and blue flashing through his rearview mirror. I saw him once more, then not again, through another man's sunglasses. Red eye, blue lip, scarf around his neck.
Something like this. A utopia might feel like something gone wrong if all you've ever known is this. If the world you live in now is right because it is familiar, because you have grown used to it, then anything else would feel wrong. But I know what happened to the water and the mirrors. Back when people would not shatter us for fear of bad luck. Back when the ocean was blue. At least we were given the courtesy of gradual change. I could hold him now. I have hands and a voice to console. I know English, but I do not know whatever language it is that people pick up from each other. I could tell him that things are bad and they will get worse, but that would do no good. Lying is an option too. Everything is backwards here, in this world where I am not a reflection. Left is right, I have learned, and right is left. I could try to console, but I would do it all wrong. It's funny, a lifetime of waiting only to end up an accomplice to pain once again. But I don't have the vocabulary to help, and there are too many people to hold.
Hello? Hello?
Who is this?
Hello?
Oh my God, is that Christina I see on my iPhone right in front of my eyes?
I hope so.
Well, you look and sound like Christina.
Well, that's a relief. It's been so long. I'm sorry for...
Oh, don't apologize.
But I don't know, I've just been in my own world.
There's nothing to be sorry for, dear. I'm just glad you're here. How's school going?
Pretty alright. Junior year, pretty busy. Choir's still fun, though.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're still enjoying it. Singing any Dolly Parton yet?
What? No. You really think I could get everyone to do a country song?
Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm missing out on some beautiful music.
You don't have to tell me that.
How about your academics?
Well, I have an A in AP World.
Oh, that's wonderful. How about your other classes?
Let's see. I have an A in AP World.
You already told me that, dear. I want to know about your other classes. Are you having trouble remembering things?
I don't have dementia, Meryl. I just didn't want to talk about my grades.
Well, you should have said that. See, now I got you all upset. I shouldn't have asked.
Fine.
No, Christina, I'm sorry.
It's not that big a deal.
You know, I almost dropped out of college my first year. But I'm glad I didn't. Not because I learned anything useful. I didn't give a damn about my work. But because the next year, I met your grandmother. We followed each other everywhere after that point. I guess for the rest of our lives, I suppose. My first year, I didn't have a single friend. Not one.
Really?
Not one. Not sure why. I was and still am pretty likable. I was pretty. I was smart. I
thought you didn't care about school.
Doesn't mean I wasn't smart. Everybody's smart, but people only show it when they're passionate about something. I was passionate about everything. She was always working on something with someone. She knew so many people. And I was always busy. But she made time for me anyway. She was a special friend who brought so many special people into my life. Your grandma's was the reason I met my husband.
It's pretty amazing.
She even took me to my first Dolly concert.
I wish I wish I could have gone with you guys.
You weren't born yet, dear.
I know, obviously, it's just... There are so many things we never got to do together.
It always feels that way. Oh, I forgot. Another special person Maya brought into my life.
Who?
You, dear. You only came all the time to see her, but we came to spend a lot of time with each other together. You're such a wonderful girl, Christina. You're smart, you're funny, you're compassionate. I look forward to see you every time you visited. Almost as much as Maya did. Who else would I listen to Dolly Parton with?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I still miss her. I'm the only one who's not all right.
Well, yes, I am all right. And so are you. There is nothing wrong with mourning a lost loved one. I still miss her too.
You do?
Of course, dear. But if you spend all your time mourning someone that's lost the world, you'll start to forget the joy they brought into it.
It was nice to hear you talk about her again.
I'm glad. She's the only person I like talking about more than myself.
I think I'm gonna go now. But thanks for talking with me. It was really helpful.
I look forward to seeing you again. Don't worry too much about school. You're a smart girl, Christina. You'll figure things out. Oh, she left. Okay, wait. How do I... Okay. Is it a mute? But okay.
Banned books are such a strange concept. Why create a problem and destroy the solution? The government is afraid, and instead of saying that, they say, "You talk too much. You say too much for too long, and no one can bear it. Two boys kiss, a caged bird sings. Everyone is tired of hearing the same old stories that never get told in the first place. A handmaiden tells her story. A mockingbird dies between the crumpled pages. A catch-22. We are stuck, and we are complacent. No more stories. One is enough here. We do not need to give any more space and time. A brave new world." They banned that too.
They have been told that to live in a pure society, one must be physically impure. That is the only way to have balance. This is the same thing they told the women of Rome. That this is not the time to get into morals. They do not explain the missing pieces in their government, on their bodies. The people have been told, do not speak unless spoken to. They have been told work is good, if only because it is work. Work is good. Uniqueness is good, but only if you are not too much. Too much, and people sneer. They roll their eyes, they tap their feet, until you are done talking, done existing. Their sense of safety has been taken away and replaced with comparative safety. There could always be worse things.
Welcome to episode 4 of Trevor Talks. I'm your host, Trevor Tunji here. Today we have a surprise guest, and that is...
Trevor, what's up, man? What's up?
Yo, we got a good one here today, folks.
Oh, yeah,
it's my
do.
best friend, anthropologist, and slam poet, Lorenzo Washington.
Hey, man, that's Dr. Lorenzo Washington to you, hey.
My bad. It's Dr. Lorenzo Washington.
Just playing, man. Super excited to be here. Trevor asked me to come on today's ep. I'll be sharing some writing with you guys as well as my opinions on aliens, yo.
Have you seen any UFOs lately?
Well, actually, I wanted to talk more about the concept of aliens. Aliens as an idea have been around since like 200 CE. They're known for being frightening, but why? Because they're not humans.
So it's their differences that make them scary, huh? Elaborate on that.
Well, so in all these alien tales, they abduct humans or destroy Earth. They're evil creatures, and yet the classic alien has the body of a human. They look like people. They have languages and customs and religion. Usually they have government. So
they're like people?
Exactly. They're like people. Aliens are really just a reflection of our world, a foil, like a mirror. They're the things we see in ourselves, and a fear that they'll take control over the world is just a wish that we could take that same control.
I never thought about it like that. I knew this would be a great episode here, guys. I think the concept of aliens is really interesting. As a Christian, praise the Lord, my Lord and Savior, and like my fan base is mostly Christian. I think it's really important that we should display that God's power is based in love and not fear, and that's the whole point of this talk show.
Right. Yeah, that's part of why I was so excited when you asked me to come on your show. I'm agnostic, but I see a lot of your beliefs and reflected in my work. Respectfully, the Christian God in history is mostly referred to as mythology in my field, and any other spirituality and religion is as well. I think there's a tendency to discredit the value of religion since it's a belief not held in science, but religion, mutual belief, is just culture.
I totally agree. It's so hard nowadays to understand where modern Christians are coming from now that government has its hands in religion, and it's honestly really gross. I've actually had a conversation with my grandparents about the separation of church and power, and back in the day, it was actually really widely accepted, and now it's like mandatory to have baptisms and stuff. I don't know. It just kind of seems unethical, it's important to have agency, but you gotta make choices for yourself too.
Right, and I think a lot of people don't even know that baptism is Christian anymore. They just think that it's a government thing, like getting your birth certificate. It's so weird, so screwed up.
Exactly. Every day I make the choice to be Christian, but some people don't make that choice. Some people believe in other things, right? And so for government to get involved in that is just really gross. I don't like it. For me, I like to look at the history of Christianity, and it's really interesting. I usually talk to my interviewers about this. Actually, I've found that Christianity has been a key in American history. Politicians used to swear in on the Bible, and God's name was actually on currency, and so back in the day, and now, it was legal to be bigots now, and it still is to be bigots, but that's not what it's about. That Christianity and God are just about love and peace.
Yeah, man, for real.
So Lorenzo, thank you for that great talk. So you also had a poem that you would like to share with the fans before we go here, right?
This one's called Lil Dude.
All right, let's go.
Lil dude on the thumb of a giant that had the one eye while trying to close three. But we all one, meaning we all blind eye shit. Little stumble when he walks in, blindsided on both sides without my mind left to cry with. Even when I needed to be a needle to a giant thumb, I know they love to call me a riot. They had Lil Dude sitting tight like he's violent. Lil Dude under the eye of an eagle. See, was the guise of something regal. Something for Little Dude's own good. If I fight being eaten on the meal, Lil Dude met a proverb at the pride and went who had to keep a lie between the piranha and the seagull. Playing fields tilted for foe victim with all the pride and power, such a giant, but without the size in the sea. They got some big teeth for the prey. Lil dude of the trite-ass light of a guy's a hot gaze, but he don't look twice, so the backhand accolades because just fucking once they got to learn my name, so articulate using words they don't teach little dudes how to say.
They call me Coruscatum, which means light having been shakily reflected. It's Latin, which reflects the same desperation to honor whiteness as I have watched for millennia. Water existed before Rome, and so I know that Rome was not entirely white, only the clouds and the clothes. I do wonder sometimes why they have named me in the past tense. I am so sick of this. I am too much fire for something that only appears in water and glass. Fire burns, but so does water when it gets too hot. The air stings, the earth rots. The earth is rotting in my hands like old fruit. It is leaking through a plastic bag. I want to spill out of myself. I want to cascade, to tumble, to get lost and out of here and into there. My helplessness makes them helpless, and I cannot bear it. I am at my breaking point, and so is this glass.